Wait a minute. That's what we've been fighting this entire time.
This
is a great.
He's right. He's not wrong.
How's everyone doing?
Hey, Beers, how's it going?
Do I stand somewhere?
Yeah, just stand in the middle of the board, you know.
Is
this the new substitute teacher?
Hold on, listen. When did you? Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
Watch my mouth?
What are you about to say?
I just was gonna ask if he's like on his goth boy arc.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, the PTSD from Twata. Are you gonna say something else?
Yeah, we got Twata PTSD.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's complicated.
Is that involving the incidents that took place on last Friday?
Yeah, it's on that took place last storm.
Oh.
It's a legal matter. You don't need to worry. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
Peters, why aren't you dressed up like Blaine County like last time?
Mm-hmm. Because I just came. I was coming from I just came straight from a shootout.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Are you okay?
You look
Would
great.
you like me to get changed and be in my Blaine?
Yeah, if you could come back and
Give me. I only need 3 minutes. I just need to walk outside and change my clothes. Okay.
Yeah. Bring back the orange bow tie.
You want me the orange bow tie? Well, I got no.
Orange bow tie does
Can
sound
you
nice.
can you come back really quick?
by the way, I tweeted out a photo of everyone saying set 8 kids.
All right, chat. I'm gonna do
Look at this.
a switch over. If you know what that means, okay. I don't know if I'm allowed to say exactly why my one of my streams is going off.
Now this looks like a proper class. We're in.
I
Fucking
don't know what I can and
detention
cannot
right now.
say yet. Hold on, let me look it up.
Like an afternoon detention, like shit.
Junior, is Ruby interviewing today?
Denzel. He's sorting out all the time.
Oh, sorry, Denzel.
But like,
she's not.
Send
me a message.
I'm wait. Is there a link to what I can and cannot
She
say?
showed up in this crazy fit.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh, hey, McNulty. Wait, I thought his interview was...
No. My hair was like this way before McNulty's was. He ripped me off, but then I saw him with it, and I decided I had to change my hair because it was.
Better.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Ma'am and for.
when he comes back, I'm gonna say you gotta go. Good boy.
I'm not trying to demean the guy. Jesus.
I don't want to demean him. I don't.
Do it. Go on. Do it.
No, I'm not
I
doing it.
want
I'm
him
not
to
doing
do a
it.
good job. If we
I
picked
made him kiss my ring after I fired Moss, and took away our engagement in front of him.
You got to do it now, Rista. Come on. After that, you won't care.
I'll do it.
No, I got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Wait, links to social media in your bio? Okay. You may use your bio. Oh, you may not use your bio. Okay. Link. I can link in About Me. Are permitted.
So, it's a bit awkward this
Wait, it says links to social media profiles in your bio. About in your bio or panels, including links to live stream,
honestly,
are permitted.
I thought Jimbo was. I thought Jimbo would have been a bit of a like a jokey thing, but he actually gave some really good answers. I think he just bottled it when I talked about undersheriffs. It's the only thing.
But then it says it's not.
And
I agree with him. Like, it felt like he was too afraid to answer honestly for a lot of it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
if he can't be honest with us, how can we trust him, right?
And I mean,
Good.
Oh,
boy.
yeah, there it is.
I don't know.
It's
I'm gonna
okay.
talk to my partner manager and figure out what the fuck any of this means. It's very
this okay?
confusing.
Yeah,
Guys,
great,
my
man.
Twitch stream is turning off.
Thank you.
You look like the
I'll still be
teacher.
on the server though.
so please,
and
please write your name on the board, and
I'll
then,
see you guys
Yeah, how do
soon.
we spell your name?
Love
I
you.
can't.
Which class is this? Is this
I love
ancient Egypt?
cucumbers.
Harry-
I'm gonna put a cucumber.
My name is Tyler Peters the third.
There's more of you?
It's the junior and senior.
All right, guys. Hey,
Hello,
by the
Mr.
way,
Peters the
more
third.
Donkey Kong
Hello,
on
good evening,
Twitch.
everyone.
real soon.
Right. We've got a list of questions for you.
Hey, and if you haven't followed the channel already, be sure you do. Love you, love you, love you, love you.
How was Kyle Pred's interview? How's Kyle Pred's interview? Is he a direct competitor of mine?
The best one.
Yeah.
He was the best.
All right, always is.
Pretty damn good so
What
far.
the fuck? Okay, all right.
So, how do you feel about the current state of the BCSO?
Which aspect of it?
The department as a whole.
Well, the department as a whole, I feel like the BCSO was built by Bones and Cassidy on the premise of having like a preset culture. But I always tend to ask myself, what is this culture? And I think the only culture they have is no consequences. I think they target people. What? Somebody say something?
Continue.
Okay, I think, like I said, I think the only culture they have is no consequences. Every single iteration of mayor we've had has been met with resistance and ultimately just like an utter lack of respect for the position, and it's kind of crazy. I know everybody says, "Wow, we can't build anything because every 3 months the sheriff changes," but I'm going to be honest. The only thing that's changed in the BCSO has been the sheriff and the undersheriff. No part of the command of the department's ever been changed. I don't know. I think there's kind of just a blatant disrespect for people in that position. I don't think anyone knows better than myself and Nino. I will say myself, Kyle Pred, and Nino. I do think there's positive aspects, though, if I'm being 100% honest.
Okay. If we made you sheriff, what immediate changes would you make?
First of all, I might close the department on Sundays. Just with the current budget and everything, definitely didn't steal this idea to shut it down on Sundays to try to help recoup some of the budget up in Blaine County.
I love this idea.
You know what I mean? Sunday. Come on, guys. What are we really doing here?
Yeah, God's day.
What are we really doing here? But in all seriousness, I think if I came in as sheriff, I think that it would have to be a gradual process where I can't just say, "Hey, great news, everyone, you're laid off." I think I would have to bring in every single person one by one and speak to them for 3 days, and then I'd fire everyone. And then I'd just be the sheriff up there for a while. And, it'd be great. I'd go to war probably with the manor, besties, all on my home turf. And then as I got my cheeks clapped day by day, I would then recruit new recruits every single day, probably starting with Stevie Hale, Obadiah Jenkins, Jebediah Jenkins, Peach, Bjorn. Maybe make Kyle Pred my captain.
See, this is why I think Pred's a better option. Pred,
I think the thing is that the department was designed to be by design is supposed to be a small department, and I think
he always goes back.
There's 78 officers that are currently employed there. I know a lot of them aren't full time, but
to his own circle, which I love his circle, right?
A small department to fulfill
but if we have to think,
vision,
if the thought is for the whole, right? Okay. It's either Ventura, Click, Cassidy, Pred, yeah, and
relationship
regardless of Pred's
and the BCSO
baggage, I genuinely think he's more likely to give everyone a shake.
Like in a professional manner, or
yes, in a professional manner.
I don't know, I think it's okay. Ever since Turner came around, I've been kept on a leash, which I think is for the best because I always just used to just snap.
But then again, it's
with Moss around. She wouldn't do she wouldn't do the things I did, which wanted to do. Kind of broke my heart, which I ultimately was right about. Not that I have to be right in this situation. I think right now the relationship with the BCSO and LSPD is good, but it's kind of like what is good in that? Like I don't know. It's good because they're in our fucking county nonstop.
If you could pick your undersheriff, who would it be and why?
I'm not sure. I don't know yet. So I think in all reality, I'd have to have somebody that ultimately reeled me in and kept me in check. I'd have to think about that one for a while. Probably Stevie Hale. What's your vision? What's your vision for the department?
My vision for the department is more focused on rural and community policing, having a much smaller department which focuses more on policing Blaine County. But if there is a need to head south, then that can be done.
How many people do you want to see down in, or I should say, excuse me, up here patrolling? And if that's the case, like, do you have a department cap you want to see? Like, I guess this would be on you as well, right? Figuring out the.
You're going to be the sheriff. You need to. That's something.
Well, finances, right? If it's draining the budget, I guess is more so what I'm trying to figure. Like, is there a budget you'd want to see hit?
Right now, considering it's my secondary job, we're not 100% on finances.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's kind of.
But what we will say is we're going to be aiming for a much tighter knit BCSO and more.
I would definitely ban Rissa from this county.
Huh? He's got a vendetta against.
Be careful. Sean's already hit it once. Like, it's on Twitter.
Box.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah,
I got one.
That sounded like he's like running, like he screamed across his house.
Does it worry with you that you've been a dog on a leash for too long? That you're all bark now. There's no bite left in you. You got the energy for this? Are you man enough to do this? Can you be the sheriff?
I got a good answer for that, right? I think when it first came around, when I heard there was a new mayor that was going to be elected, I was like, I'm not going to put my name out there to interview, because I think for too long we've seen the same thing happen. We have a mayor up there, and this isn't any disrespect to you, Junior, but we have a mayor that comes in, they say they're going to change things, and ultimately nothing ever gets changed. I understand this on the department, but I believe it is the mayor's duty to put somebody in place that they can see fulfill the vision they want. And nonstop, it's kind of been the same old dog and pony show for the last, what's it been? 4 terms? 3 terms? 4 terms?
Piers, let me ask
4
you this.
terms.
How much do you want this?
How much do I want this?
Yeah.
I don't think that's respectfully, I don't think that's the question you should be asking. I think ultimately, how much do you need someone like me up there that's willing to be the ultimate tank? I think there's only 2 people in the city that have outlasted the bullshit of the BCSO.
That is true.
On a major scale, and that's been Nino and myself. I will never take anything laying down. I will fight tooth and nail to get the thing I want. And I think if you really want to see a small department,
true,
and you need somebody that's going to be loyal and fulfill the vision you want to see, like you got to put that person there. And I don't necessarily think it's about me wanting it, but how much do you need me? I outlasted Kyle Pred.
Okay.
And I think that's something that, respectfully, and it's nothing against you, but I never abandoned my post here.
Do you have time?
I mean, I'm on duty. I'm 9 hours. It's been 9 hours so far on duty.
Can we ask the question of which 3, if you had to take 3 people away from LSPD right now and bring them to BCSO, if you did get sheriff, which 3 would you automatically grab?
3
You know
people.
what? I'm actually leaning towards
3 officers.
Peters. He kind of sold me, to be honest.
Top 3 choices.
I mean, it's the very
as
first
a good
one is
option.
Frost.
Because to be fair,
100,000% I would pull Frost. As far as community policing, Jeb, Frost.
How highly do you rate Frost?
I truly so just for kind of like clarification on everything. Let me silence my phone. For clarification on everything, we put Frost in a high command position while Maxwell was out of town for 5 days, and the maturity and professionality that Frost handled situations, like I couldn't believe it. It made me kind of like think like, how the fuck do I have my position when this guy's just interim captain and doing the work he's doing?
Wait, what does that mean?
Interesting. So you rate him very highly then?
Yeah, very highly, very highly.
He's actually coming to interview after you.
I think he would be good. I don't know how much bite he has. But Frost would definitely be there.
Peters, in the last interview you did for sheriff with Princess and all of us, you had said instead of you, if you didn't get it, you wanted McNulty to get it. Remember that?
I did.
How do you think he's done?
Oh!
How do I think I think he dropped the ball. And can I use an example here?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the last mayor that Blaine County had was obviously convicted of heinous, well, not obviously, but she was convicted of heinous crimes. And it was brought to his attention, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but I believe he said something along the lines of, that sounds boring. I only want to do cool shit. I think ultimately McNulty is a good leader, but I think there's stuff that he lacked, and I was very bummed. I think truly to build a great department, you also have to have a great command structure beneath you. And I don't think that really changed, except for the only thing I think changed was Viv as undersheriff.
Is there anybody currently in the Blaine County Sheriff's Office in that command structure you think is deserving of that spot?
I honestly think that Blaine County has some decent members of command. Some people I have no idea how the fuck they're in that position. I used to be constantly, yeah. I mean, I think there is. I think Ventura has actually done a really good job, despite him trying to get me fired at every opportunity he's had. He's always had. I believe it's his officers. Maybe not Blaine County.
This
maybe not Blaine County's best interest,
Peter's
but the officer's
biggest
best interest, which I think is somewhat
problem.
admirable.
He fights for
who else? Jenna Mustard. I think Mustard's amazing.
So Peters, if I say to you, as sheriff, we're currently massively in the red, we need to scrap 50% of the department. Is that something you're willing to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I think I would do off the bat. Well, so here's another benefit of just pulling me into that position. If I get pulled in there, there's so much hate from all the shit that I had to deal with from being Nino's puppet in the past that I believe 50% of the department would just fucking transfer. And if they didn't, I'd just start laying them off.
Interesting. Anyone got any further questions to discuss with Peters?
I love Peters, but this is a common trend of his. Is like
Fred was made the sheriff, Peters. Would you want to be his undersheriff?
People will completely fuck him over and be like, you know what? They're actually really good.
I don't know. I don't know if I could be his undersheriff.
Like, wait, what?
He actually asked me to be his captain, not his undersheriff. But I think, while Kyle and I are two separate people, I believe that we have the same end goal.
I feel like you two would match energy.
I like Ventura too, but you know,
Yeah, but
it's
who's
about
Most
name
similar,
picking.
Actually.
Then
Right?
who's gonna?
What
who's
about
gonna
all the people
bring
that
them in?
supported
That's it.
you?
Go
That's it.
chaotic.
You would have to have somebody that's
Who's gonna?
willing to rein both of them in.
If somebody has did Kyle Fred read his letter of recommendation that I signed for him?
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't. He made me type up a letter of recommendation.
Yeah, it's like trauma
Okay.
response. Yeah.
Hold on.
I wish I could have seen the letter now.
question then: if you did get sheriff, who would be your undersheriff if you had to choose? Right
I mean,
now?
it's tough. I would probably take somebody like Stevie Hale, but she was a diversity hire of mine for the LSPD. She's currently in Blaine County, but she's yeah, she'd be the one. She loves paperwork. Loves paperwork and reeling people in.
Lethargic. Yep.
But anyway, but to the Kyle Pred thing, I wrote this letter. I'm just going to read the first. I'm going to read the first paragraph I wrote here, and this is kind of give you guys insight on why I don't think I would necessarily be a good undersheriff for Kyle Pred. This is Tyler Peters.
Wait,
I'm writing a recommendation.
I'm sorry. Can you say that out loud again?
I said this is the why I don't think I would make this right here is why I don't think I would make a good undersheriff for Kyle Pred. Yep. You got that?
Sorry, I must have missed context.
Well, the question was if Pred was hired as sheriff, would you consider being Pred's undersheriff? And I said I don't think I'd make a good undersheriff for Pred.
Okay. Yep.
And I said, did he read his recommendation letter? And then I said, no. I said, well, I wrote this up and you didn't use it. And I was going to use it as a reference as to why I don't believe I would be a good undersheriff for Kyle Pred.
When it comes to recruitment,
You know what? Fuck my letter. Fuck.
Yep, the letter's getting fucked.
Fuck this letter. Okay, what were you saying?
When it comes to recruitment, what's your philosophy?
I think I would have to sit down with you to ultimately like try to figure out what your vision for Blaine County is. And then work from there. So let's say you want something tight knit, limited people were, and obviously, I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but this is kind of like the vibe I'm getting. You want a small core group that's going to patrol up there, and let's say like an emergency situation pops off, then you want officers to respond down in the city. I think that being said, you need to create a department that is, I guess, enables activities to happen up north, not necessarily, I don't know,
I think he might just be cooked. I think so too.
That are able to engage in conversations.
I think Peter should be interviewed earlier in the day
in the county. So that being said, I think while having somebody like a Stevie Hale or a Frost are good in the command structure, you need.
Yeah, he's usually fucking cooked at this point.
Obadiah Smiths, your Jebediahs, you need your Quangles, ultimately building and fostering a community with identity and kind of like, I guess a brand or true culture at that point, like clear cut culture, not our culture is we don't have consequences.
Okay. Does anyone have any further questions for Peters?
And they're probably flying a few shooters too.
You're hired.
All right, no further questions. Really appreciate your time. Do you want to finish off by saying anything?
Yes, I do. I believe everyone in here is sober except for one person. I'm not going to point any fingers. She's got blue hair and has a massive oxy problem. So I'm going to try to make this as clear and to the point as I can. Every mayor has gone to war with the BCSO, and the BCSO has become victorious in every single war with the mayor. If you want to be victorious, you got to have somebody that's going to have your back and tear that department apart. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Here?
I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide. Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
I should have got like exit music ready.
Denzel?
Yeah, Jimbo had exit music.
Yep. Jimbo did have exit music.
Are you Darth Vader?
I don't know whether it's because we're getting through a lot of it. I felt really lethargic.
That was his normal.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair to him, he wakes up like 8 hours ago and he may have other responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
If I would recommend possibly giving him a shot before Tsunami tomorrow and check his energy level. Okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, in other words, like, his exhaustion right now may be a consequence of him being up for a shitload of time. That could be an energy check.
He did say he was at the end of it. He's already at 9 hours, right? So
yeah. Yep.
What I'll say is that I think if Pred's full fat Coke,
speak up a little bit.
He's Diet Coke. Sorry. If Pred's full fat Coke, I think he's Diet Coke. I think he's got very much of a similar vision to what Pred wants. It's just not in such a extreme manner. Like, Grayson, how we were talking about that scale.
Yep.
I think he's, a 2 or 3 down on that scale.
Well,
He's
that's
a
why I asked
7.
if you'd work with him, or how he would work with him.
I'm really excited for Frost.
I will say, though, he has historically had more balls than Pred.
He's not wrong. When he said he's lasted longer, he's not wrong, right?
Yeah. And when it came to issuing, he actually did it and was typically held back.
I didn't tell. Is this our last one today? We got a couple more after this.
How long do we want to keep going for? We can schedule for some for tomorrow.
Do you want to call it this one, gents, or do you want to?
I'm good with coming back tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
I'm
we'll
going to come back tomorrow as well.
Okay. Awesome. Right. Do you want to put your name on the board?
Yeah. Of course.
Is he here to tell us about forest fires or?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Smokey the Bear type shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only you.
Yeah, there we go.
Arnold Frost Knight.
Yeah, we're married, right? But we double barreled the name.
You guys brothers?
No, married.
They're married.
Brothers are married, right?
No, not related. Just married.
Frost, do you want me to be honest?
Yes, sir. Yep.
I'm expecting big things from when we had that discussion, so don't let me down.
Of course, mate.
Okay, let's start off with an interesting one. How do you feel about the current state of the BCSO?
That shit's fucked.
Yeah.
What immediate changes would you make if you were appointed the sheriff?
I told you,
This
right?
shit's fucked.
If I was made sheriff, I would like to have a very detailed conversation with you, of course, with exactly what your expectations of the sheriff's office is. I would want to know what your vision is, and I would want to know where you want to see the sheriff's office being by the end of your term, right? Because I would want to help you achieve that, of course. By doing that, I would then go into the sheriff's office. I would get all of the deputies, all the high command, everyone who's hired, who is available, to come and have a big meeting, right? I would tell them exactly the direction that the sheriff's office is going to go in. I would tell them that we're very much going to follow your vision. And I would see who's still on board at that point, right? There'd be 2 options there. Are you on board with this vision? Are you going to help create this vision? And are you going to be passionate with this vision, right? If you're not, there's the door, right? And then I feel that gives us a baseline. That gives us a baseline to work with, right? Of course, maybe a few would weed through who were unsure or potentially not quite ready to leave. They wanted to see it play out, but we'd soon, fish them out.
Frost, what if I was to say to you, I want to start off from scratch and start the whole thing again?
I would AoE tank all that damage for you, sir. I would go in there. Yep. I would go in there. I would say, hey, this is very not good news. It's hard for me to say too. I don't want to be saying this. But unfortunately, we're going to start fresh. Yeah, I'd happily do that.
What would you say to the people that think that you wouldn't be ready for a position of sheriff?
What would I say to those people?
Mm-hmm. Why are you ready for that position?
I mean, every single person who's been sheriff was sheriff for the first time once, right? At the end of the day, I am definitely not scared of constructive criticism. I'd say that I've been told I have a job to do, and I'm going to do my best to do that job. If I fail at that, then it happens, And if the mayor doesn't feel like I'm doing the job that he's put me up to do, I wouldn't cry or be upset if I was to be replaced, right? I would help him transition into a new sheriff, and we would go from there. If everyone was perfect and everyone could do the best job possible, they would, right? But you don't know until you're in that position. What I can say is I thrive under pressure. I'm not scared to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm definitely not scared of change, right?
So, draft pick, right? You get to take 3 people from LSPD to help build up this new department. Who you bringing with you to make your life easier and make what you want to happen.
3 people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Peters, Knight, and Octo.
So you're just
Brian
building
Knight,
another
huh?
nepotism
No.
thing. You're just going to take your husband because he's your husband.
No, I'm taking experienced officers who I can lead on for guidance, who I know are passionate about police work and not just going to the next bank truck.
I mean, that leads into another question. So how would you approach recruitment? You know about you'd want people that are able to guide you and kind of help build a new BCSO. What would you be looking for in regards to the kind of officers that you'd be picking up?
I would want officers who are confident in themselves. I would want officers who are not shy to ask the question why, who aren't afraid to debate and speak up and give constructive criticism to the whole department. I said I'd endorse you, Mayor, in every way I could to follow your vision. That doesn't mean that I would want the department to just be a yes dog department. Yes sir, no sir. I still think that every dynamic has to have room for debates, right? So I'd bring strong-headed officers who I know are interested in policing. They're interested in community outreach. They want to know what's going on in their county. They want to know who lives where. They want to know who's doing what, right? They want to remember the car that parked in that driveway. They care. They're passionate. That's the type of people I'd look for. If I was to list a few names off the top of my head as who I'd want in general officers in the department, it would be people like Bjorn, Obadiah Jenkins, Jeb, Peach. They would be my kind of general officers for the job, right?
Do you think you got the pull to make that happen?
This is why
I don't know until I try.
I think Pred is better.
There's a lot of loyalty.
A lot of people want to take the best of LSPD and start BCSO with it, and that's going to negatively affect LSPD.
I think if I put the vision and what we wanted to do,
these guys are great. LSPD is a great spot.
Just based off
it
the
is
vision
actually going to create a new department
opportunity
with
that
new
we can
people.
create in the sheriff's office. Pull shouldn't be a problem. If they want to do it, they'll want to do it, right? I don't think anyone should have to be pulled or convinced to come and do it.
But it's something to seriously consider. But I'm not going to.
I want people to walk through the door.
What's your current opinion on the BCSO roster?
It's been the same for a very, very long time. It's a clique. They're pretty much just rotating high command. That's it, really. But just to alliterate, right? Because I know a lot of people say
that's what happened with BCSO.
I'm a very neutral and biased person. Do I dislike any of them? Absolutely not. Do I think they're all fantastic officers? Yes. Do I think they're all unique and great at what they do? Yes. Does that mean that they should permanently have that position and have the say-so for BCSO? No. I think you would be super surprised by giving people opportunities and seeing how they do in them. There will be some officers who have never had the chance to be in a position to command or lead. And until they're given that chance, there could be some absolute hidden gems, right? There could be some people who come in and you think, oh my God, this is the best officer that I've worked with, right? You never know. Obviously, I'm not stupid either. You could do that and it could completely fuck everything up. They could be awful. The BCSO could go to shit. And that's a risk, right? But nothing good happens without a little bit of risk and a little bit of change, right? Now, I don't want to promise anyone in this room the world. I don't want to say that I would, I'm the best person for this position, because I don't know. But what I do know is, if you tell me there's a job to be done, I will do my best to do it. And I will put every ounce of passion and commitment into it, right? And I believe that's all you really can do.
Can I ask for some clarity there? You bigged up the BCSO command a little bit there. Anybody there you think deserves the position they're in? Anybody there you think you'd want to keep?
I think that Ventura is a fantastic officer, right? I think his shift control, his scene control, the loyalty from his officers, is all very, very, very strong, right? Again, I can't predict how it would be, but he has obviously been part of that sort of high command sort of circle since, well, forever, right? So slotting him into a complete different restructure, he has the skills and ability to continue to be amazing. I just don't know how he would act in that situation, right? Or if he would do that. But yeah, no, I think he's a great cop.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way, Frost, but I've had a couple of people issue their concerns about your availability and how active you're going to be as sheriff. Do you have any response to this?
I would have agreed. I got given the interim captain role, where that was also brought up, and I dedicated a lot of time to that. And I've now realized exactly how much time I can dedicate to it. Finding a schedule was something that I hadn't really had an interest for. I was just sort of here when I was here. When I was given a schedule and stuck to it, I have done. I've been around for at least 6 to 8 hours a day, every single day since I was given that position, right? And that, I don't see a single problem in continuing that. Now, that's at a minimum. Of course, I can do more hours. The other thing that I would like to say as well, being a sheriff of a department, I imagine, is a lot of paperwork. There'll be a lot of times, where I'm working from the apartments, doing paperwork, that kind of thing. Now, that's something I can do constantly. I have no issue with that, right? So in terms of patrolling, 6 to 8 hours a day with ease. In terms of being reachable, 18 hours a day.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's good to clear that up. So I have a predicament for you. You've just had a ping. It's a bank truck up in Blaine County, but you've just got a 911 call from Doris, the old lady who works in the Sandy Shores Hospital, saying her cat's stuck in a tree. What do you do?
What do I do? I send a couple officers to the cat in the tree to make sure it's dealt with. And I send some other officers to the bank truck to make sure it's dealt with.
You're the only one on duty at the moment in time.
Well, then I'm going to the cat. I'm not risking my life for a bank truck. That cat means more to that old lady than risking my life does to stop criminals getting a few $1,000s out of the back of a truck.
Okay. Interesting to know. I want to pass it over to you guys. You guys have any real questions you wanna grill Frost with?
Arnold, if the two mayors, if Michael and Junior came to you, right? And they're like, hey, look, we've come together. We're going to write legislation and we're going to really institute a hardline border jurisdiction policy. And Blaine County's got to stay in Blaine and Los Santos has got to stay down in the city. You cool with that?
Why wouldn't I be? If that happens, that happens, right? There's being cool, like there's being cool with something, and then there's understanding that it's happening. If that's put into legislation by both the mayors and that's agreed upon, even if I wanted to stop it, right? Or, well, no, I guess you could appeal it. I guess. I think there's plenty to do up here. I mean, just for example, right? Obviously, I sent Princess Elena to jail the other day and raided all of her properties. I mean, and I'm an LSPD officer, right? This situation was going on right under the BCSO's nose, and they couldn't be asked to deal with it. So if I'm dealing with Blaine County investigations while I'm working for the LSPD down south, I'm sure I would find plenty for me and my officers to do up here.
Ah!
I'll be honest, that's a very good answer.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm gonna say to you is
that's actually a
there was
that's
a lot of
actually
talk
an
and
answer
debate around the Blaine County Fine Revenue Allocation Act. What's your thoughts and opinions on this?
What? Because this has stopped the BCSO earning money, right?
So the
Like
way
the
it worked
department?
previously, the DOJ got 75% and the BCSO got 25% of all fines. So every time you fine someone, BCSO get 25%. So we're altering it. So Blaine County gets that 25%. Anytime you need, things for your cars, you come to me and say, just cut me a check, essentially, right? And it means we can increase the pay. But it will allow for less discretionary spending from yourself and there's more red tape, so to speak, from your end.
I don't see an issue with that. At the end of the day, this is your county. We are just policing it. As long as you support us and give us things that we genuinely do need without it being a hassle or a nightmare for us to get that, I don't see a problem at all. Me personally, I also want to see the county thriving. I understand you're struggling at the minute financially. If the department can help that, but still get the support that they need to do their jobs, then fantastic. It's a win-win.
Okay. Does anyone have any further questions?
I got one.
Go on, Danielson.
Anyone in mind for undersheriff?
Arjun. Yeah.
So if Arjun gets appointed as sheriff, would you be his undersheriff?
A cadet?
That was a joke. No, it wouldn't be Arjun. If I was to select an undersheriff, I would have to go with Peters. I think that Peters is an incredible cop. He has a spine, and his biggest philosophy is ensuring that his police department have teeth. He boosts morale massively. Officers are very loyal to him, and he will support his officers through hell, right? He would do a fantastic job. There's not a doubt in my mind that he wouldn't be one of my sort of top 3 picks. I would want to put a lot of thought into it. I feel like if I got sheriff, I would also give people the opportunity who I don't necessarily have a personal relationship with to interview for that position. I feel like me just picking Peters off the bat would be very biased because he's currently my high command member and we have a personal relationship, right? So I would give people that I don't know or couldn't name to you right now the opportunity to come and talk.
Frost, why are you so fond of this Brian Knight guy?
Brian Knight, no, I can tell you without it being about our sexual relations. I
want details about that too.
Yeah, I can put details into that. When I first joined the PD, I was very undisciplined. I escalated situations. I was unprofessional during traffic stops, and I didn't really have a direction for myself to go in apart from, okay, let's learn the basics. My P&T and my FTOs very much taught me how to do my job like it was a routine, in the sense of we do a traffic stop, we give them a ticket, or we go to a fleeker, we send them to jail, right? It was very much they do this, we do that. Brian Knight one night decided to give me the opportunity to be trained by him. Instead of him teaching me how to do things, Brian Knight put all of his energy into why we do things. He taught me how to articulate. He taught me why we're doing the things we're doing, and he taught me discipline. He taught me how to speak to the community better. And to be honest, he put a whole lot of time into someone he didn't know and didn't have to do. And not to blow my own trumpet, but I don't think I would be anywhere near where I am without his mentorship. And if he can just do what he did to me to one more officer in the BCSO, if I was lucky enough to get him, that would be an absolute worthwhile pickup, right?
I'm gonna cry.
So that's why I keep mentioning Brian Knight. So.
Oh, so he's kind of like your daddy, but also really
well, he is my daddy in a way, because we're married, right? He confessed his love to me when it was snowing at the Christmas tree in Legion Square. He then ejaculated and evacuated, and I didn't see him for 3 months because he was mountaineering with President Davis. And then he came back, and we've been in love ever since. You know?
I have something to say about Brian Knight. Actually, there's been claims towards him that he's not fond of the BCSO.
Ooh.
Well, good thing we're about to rip that shit from the ground up and build it back brick by brick. Am I right? You know what I'm saying?
My follow-up to that is there's no other way of saying it. Do you have the bollocks to do it?
Absolutely. I don't care if, like I said, right? And I've said this when I was interim captain for the LSPD, and I had to punish people that I didn't really want to punish. We are a police department to do police work. We're not a police department to be best friends. Obviously, it's a benefit being friends with the people that you work with, but that isn't what we're being paid to do. We're being paid to police a county and make sure that we're doing our job right.
Would Brian join the BCSO?
Don't like me,
bro, Junior emailed
if,
Brian and he said, "Suck
I
my
also
dick."
understand that I'm going to have to earn the respect of
it's
every
kind
single
of
officer who we do.
I don't think
keep,
Brian would ever
just like
join a different department.
Mine. They can hate me all they want, right? But as long as the mutual respect is shown, then it is what it is, you know?
So you're ready for your personal image to be shredded to pieces by them?
Absolutely. I do not care.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm going to be really right. Like, you know I love you. You know we're friends, right? Are you the man? Are you actually the man? Are you the one?
That guy?
Are you him?
Right, listen. I am him. Okay. However, am I him for sheriff? That's a risk that we're both going to take. I am giving up a lot as well. I definitely see a clear career path for me in the LSPD. And I have a lot of friends and great colleagues there who I could potentially lose doing this, right? I'm willing to take that risk. Now, I just need you guys to be willing to take the risk on me too.
So you said this is ripping it up at the root and stem, right? You see what this is. You understand what this is going to mean. You understand what the task in front of you would be. And you're still all in, both feet.
Absolutely, yeah, Grayson.
You're going to see Leon
as long as you'll stay in my pocket, Justice, of course.
Damn. You're gonna listen. You're gonna see Leon Cassidy, Ventura. You're gonna see the lot of them all walking around Sandy Shores. You know, barely clothes on their back, and you're gonna be thinking to yourself, "I did that." Can you live with that?
No, I'm gonna be thinking to myself, "They did that." If they're willing to follow the vision and endorse what you want to do and work with me and respect me, then they can stay as deputies. If they cry about it and throw their dummy out and quit, they did that to themselves. That's not on us.
Good answer. Be honest.
Yeah. Does anyone have any further questions for Mr. Frost?
I noticed that your picks we're taking some of the best of the LSPD and planting them in Blaine County. If the question earlier was, who do you take from Blaine County to be your 1 and 2, right? Who would those people be?
If I had to choose them from Blaine County, is that what you're saying, right? So that's the situation. I have to pick them.
Exactly. Like, let's say LSPD is like, no, you can't take anybody, right? And you now really got to build up. But you still have the option of, people in Blaine County. What would that look like?
Stevie Hale and Ventura, if he'd be willing to work with me.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I'll be honest. I don't spend much time up here. I don't really know many people out of command on a good enough level to pick them to help, right? And just because I'm saying I'd pick those two, if anyone in here thinks that that's because they're currently there, or that's just keeping things how they are, having current high command to pass the baton to you, give you guidance and teach you things that only they might know about the BCSO while you're finding replacements isn't a bad thing, as long as you let them know that that's your intentions too.
Stevie Hale was mentioned before. What do you see in Stevie?
She's just an overall genuine good officer with a great mindset. She's just an all-arounder. She's very positive whenever I see her. She isn't scared to speak her mind. She would just be a general asset. I imagine she has a lot of knowledge and she'd be able to offer a lot of that.
Understood. Thank you.
If you don't have the pull to bring in the people from the LSPD you want, right, and you end up having to deal with what's currently there and like restructuring it your way, you got a strong enough personality to change the culture that's there.
What did she lie on the stand about, though? I don't remember.
I feel like I do have a strong personality, but it's more the fact that I'm not scared to just make those changes happen, right? I wouldn't be scared to get rid of someone if that's what the problem was. I feel like I could very much make it my own. Yes.
Well, hopefully, if you are sheriff, you'll do more than McNulty did for his entire term in day one, because that's possible.
Do you wanna say anything closing off, Frost, or I think you said everything you've needed to?
I think I've said everything I needed to. I just want to reiterate on what I said earlier. Like I said, I'm willing to put my all into this, and I'm willing to take the risk in putting my all into this, right? If you guys think that I deserve the risk back, then let's do this, if you think that there is and at the end of the day as well, there is always someone better, right? You can sing your own praises. You might find someone who you think would be a much better fit than me. 2 weeks later, you might find someone who's going to be a better fit than them, right?
Well, actually, hold on. Name me a better footballer than Gareth Bale.
Jesus.
You've ruined it. You've ruined it now. It was going so well, and you went and said,
Hey, he's one of the, he's one of the underdogs. Jesus is a...
Right, sorry, do continue.
I lost my train of thought. You just came out with name me a better footballer than Gates. It sort of threw I had like a whole thing planned, and you just threw the most British sentence that you could at me.
That's Walish, actually.
Oh yeah, Walish.
Not good at thinking on his feet.
I've been thinking on my feet these whole times. You see me sat down once, sir?
Very fair point.
That's where I was leading with it. There could always be someone better. If you were the most perfect person in the world, it wouldn't be fair on everyone else, right? But all I can say is, like I said, my full heart will be in this. There'll be a lot of hours. There'll be a lot of dedication. And at the end of the day, my aim is to have this department to be exactly what you envision it by the end of your term, right? And I will help you in any way I can to make that happen.
I actually have a very bonus question.
Okay.
Hypothetically, let's say there was a drinking night, and in this drinking night, it came out that one of the officers was banging another officer in the chief's desk. And after having told
the officer that got cheated on.
Wait, I'm not done yet. And then that went into a command report, and a sergeant read that command report, found out that it was his girlfriend that was cheating on him, and then subsequently confronted her with this private information in the command report, causing her to quit. What would you do? How would you handle that situation?
Well, that very much did get hypothetical, just for everyone in the room. What would I do? I would do everything I could to make sure that officer was okay. Give them all the support that they need. And I would...
The one that quit or the one that was cheated on?
The one that quit. The one that got cheated on, I would DAP for leaking a command report.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Hypothetically, of course.
It's all a hypothetical.
This is all a hypothetical.
Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, now we're speaking hypotheticals.
It would be crazy if someone got cheated on and got dapped for it.
I've got something just want to get your opinion on. Actually, now we're speaking hypotheticals. What if, right, you planned a trip to San Diego, right, and this person knew you were going to San Diego, and they messaged you saying, "Are you going?" You said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, yeah, can't wait to meet you when you're there." You pull up to San Diego and realize that this person has been to San Diego and left without actually even meeting you. How would you feel about that?
I would say that they probably live within a 2-hour proximity of me back home. And if they would like to go for a beer sometime, that is fine.
Okay, stop.
Is this like a date thing?
Stop.
Is this romantic?
Does Brian know?
No, I'm married with Brian.
No, you just admitted to cheating on him.
No, going for a beer with a friend is not cheating. Listen, Brian...
A 2-hour beer trip?
What's your go-to pint?
We know
What's my go-to pint?
Are they organising the Blaine County Freak-Offs?
Oh my god, this is wonderful news.
Yeah, I'm a Ray, so... Oh, you know what? I've been into cruise campos recently, but Murray is still my favorite. Yeah.
I like a cruise. But yeah, I think you've wrapped up everything you need to say. Really appreciate your time. And we'll be in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Your high command's waiting for you out there.
Yeah, my chief is waiting. My chief and arch chief are outside. So I must go back to them now. Thank you for the opportunity, guys. I appreciate every single one of you in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Even you, Danielson. Even you.
Damn, even Danielson.
Wow, that's yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
What's his beef for you?
Turner's out there. Asked him if he wanted to interview. He said no.
Turner doesn't want to be the sheriff?
Nope. No, he likes his job.
Why not both? That'd be kind of sick.
Actually, would be sick. There's nothing saying he can't be. Hold on now.
That was probably the best interview.
Michael might have something to say about it.
But
Michael's
similar to Peter's,
La La Land
the
right
concern
now.
is
Michael goes to bed and you start undermining him.
Actually, you know what? It's understandable. You're going to take who you trust.
Rissa and I both know, like, we're in charge when he's gone. At least Rissa.
Well, I'm in
is.
charge all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna make some like crazy, like,
I think,
county decisions. I'm gonna princess Los Santos. You know what I mean? I'm kidding.
So, what do you think about Frost?
You actually did better than I expected.
Yeah, I think he had the best interview, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
He's top 2 with Pred. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Of the day so far.
He gave all the right answers. He brought the right energy. He's great.
It didn't feel like he was similar to some of the others I pointed out, like feel like he's giving the answers because that's what we want to hear. It sounded genuine. If for me,
it felt really natural. Yeah, it felt natural.
But here's the thing. I don't think anybody getting up there saying, "Oh, I really like Ventura. I'd like to keep Ventura," would expect anybody who's critical of the current administration there to be the political answer, right?
Yep.
But I believe him.
Yep.
I'm just worried. He seems like a kind person that he may get pushed over.
That's why I feel like he'd be great as like an undersheriff, right?
Yeah.
With someone that's like Peters
Gives
or
captain
Pred,
on the
that's like
sheriff
high
vibes.
energy in your face.
I actually have seen him give punishment. Genuinely. I think he's the only one that's punished someone in LSPD in a couple weeks now, believe it or not.
He seems capable of doing.
Well,
he's a very capable officer. He's intelligent. He's good in court, right? I've seen him do
He's
this
confident.
stuff.
He's got a lot of confidence.
His reports are well written. The man's got more brains than I think anybody would expect him to have.
Oh yeah,
he's smart, right? Like I think his ceiling is huge.
Junior, one sec, come here.
Yeah. No, it is. He's a real I personally like him a lot. The whole Brian Knight story made me cry.
I do sort of lean with Rissa here, though, in that the push around. I don't think he'd be like afraid of punishing, but I do agree with the push around in general. Specifically, my concern would be, this is kind of similar to Peter's in that when the names were listed, it's kind of like, we're the best and brightest in LSPD. Let me bring them over. My concern with that is that's not building up. That's moving your friends somewhere, right? And maybe that's like a miss on our questions is what if you have to build up, right? What does that look like, right?
I feel like that's what this place needs, though. Like, it needs a build-up. It doesn't need the click atmosphere and bringing more people over to create more.
They need new blood. They need new blood.
What
It needs a new coat of paint.
Honest, no bullshit, honest thoughts on that.
He had the best interview, I think.
Yeah.
I think when we're discussing, like, we were talking about, what we think about him, and, Nino and Rissa were both saying, like, they see that he could, like, do the punishment, the one-on-one punishment. My question with him is, can he tank the entire fucking North going against him? That's my question. And other than that, I think he's amazing. I think he can do anything else. But the thing is, you don't know until you put him in a position to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
I think
you don't know until you...
I think the bit that kind of like resonated with me is the vulnerability for him to stand there and say, I might not be the best pick, but I'm willing to give it my best shot. And I think, I mean, if he's going ahead with what we propose, the amount of stuff that he's going to have to tank is going to be significantly reduced, right? Because it's going to be people that want to be there. If people are causing continuous problems, they will be out of the department.
Yeah.
What is the highest rank Frost has held in the PD?
Interim captain, he just said.
Oh, he did? Okay.
I don't know if that counts, though.
So,
it's going to be
it's 10
sergeant.
for everything, right? So sergeants, he's absolutely
Okay. So basically, high command, right? Whatever. Command. So, yeah, I mean, you'd have to give him this kind of leap of faith up, see if he's capable. We wouldn't know in that kind of position.
I guess that's another one, like, you're gambling on him as well, right? You take the leap of faith, or...
I mean, it wouldn't be the establishment.
pick,
It wouldn't
or
be
do you go
what's
with the middle?
happened before, right? I don't think it's that.
It's a risk, but it's the same way. I'll be perfectly honest. Me being Blaine County is a risk, like, in comparison to someone like, obviously, with Nino and Michael being South previously. Like, they've got way more experience and, like, a much better head on their shoulders. No two ways about it. But taking that leap of faith and see if giving them the 3 months to grow with the department, I think he's the perfect person for it right now.
Listen, worst case scenario, it doesn't go great, and you just have you may have to reach a point where you'll have to replace him, right? Like,
He also seems like he's willing to. He also seems like he's willing to kind of bring people on board to kind of help guide him, right? He's not being ignorant in the fact that I'm going to be the sheriff. I'm not listening to anybody. It was more like, if I get this position, I'll pull an under sheriff in, which can guide me to, where I need to be, and I'll get people around me that can help me kind of make these decisions,
I agree.
That was a good point that he made, that he wanted to bring people that were more experienced along.
And it did sound like he was very prone to listening to you, Junior. I know Kyle has his own already big out plan set up in his notebook, whatever. But it sounds like he will go with that vision.
Yeah.
Completely. Like he's on board.
I think some of the advice people have given you, Junior, so far, it's like being like, hey, I know Nino said, like, don't think about the 3 months, think about the 6 months, right? Like maybe the move is pick somebody for the transition and then like have somebody ready for the long term. Like I said to you privately, right? Pred, Sheriff, Under Sheriff Frost, like give him the opportunity to be trained in high command before he has to tank everything. And also, I don't think there's any question about whether or not Pred could tank the transition, because the transition is what's going to be really rough.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I didn't think Pred's interview went that great.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Maybe it's just me, but I think it's a double-edged sword. But because the guy was out the loop so much, I feel that it's had an effect on how he judges certain things.
I think his and Peter's went better when we did it with Princess. To be, frank.
Yeah, I agree.
So they were, and the energy, and he was around. He knew what he wanted to do. But now it's like, yeah, you're right, Junior.
Fred was very unsure of himself. I think
it was kind of a bit like
Peter's significantly more unsure of himself.
Yeah. I mean,
but
he was.
That's the thing. Frost knew
is great.
It was Frost came in. He's like, I might know. You could tell the hunger, right?
Yep. He wants it. And that stood out to me more than anything else.
Yeah.
He done his due diligence, and he I don't know, he wants it.
Yeah.
I don't think you miss with either choice. I'm going to be real. I think either of them would do great job. Like I believe in them. I think they're fantastic candidates.
I say take the leap of faith with Frost, honestly.
I agree.
I think you need to think about it for 24 hours.
Oh,
yeah.
Not take,
more interviews
not
to do
take
anyway.
what any of us are saying, because listen, we're flies on the wall. We're a echo, right, on these walls. This is your county, You, Denzel, you should cook on this shit. Like, really think through it.
Right now,
come out with something that you truly believe.
Mm-hmm. Right now, it's Frost, and then I see it as everyone else. That's just how I'm viewing it right now. It all depends on tomorrow, though, because who we got booked in for tomorrow, Denzel?
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, maybe we'll be surprised, but we've got Kyle Travis, the tow worker.
Oh fuck.
He's gonna cook.
Now we have Jeb, who wanted an interview.
Oh.
Bjorn wanted an interview.
I do think Bjorn's worth a listening to.
Yeah.
Bjorn. I'll be honest. I want to give them all the time of day.
I know Travis is an active felon right now.
Okay, so yeah,
he can get
I don't think it's fair to
you can
say,
check.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's fair to say kind of open interviews and then not give everyone the fair shot, right?
Yeah.
Grayson, we interviewed Ember Quinn.
True.
And then LMV. I'm not sure if anybody knows.
I do know L. Yeah.
I don't know L.
That's great that people are interested.
Cassidy. Did anyone else from BCSO?
Yeah, I shut down the echo chamber because you hear a name and then it just echoes. Junior's got to sit down and really think through it.
We'll have to pull a bit.
I personally think
because he's like late
Frost would be a great under sheriff, under Pred.
I think so.
As a duo, I think the danger of Frost is he's so fresh. He may not know how to build, and Pred would be able to teach him that for the future.
That's where my head's at right now. It's with Frost. But it could change by the time I sleep in it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we hear out the other people. Like, we don't know, Bjorn could come in with some crazy fucking thing. Like, I'll be perfectly honest.
His Frost transition plan was
bring
over the best from the LSPD, and that's very dangerous.
You know what I want? All I want when you make your decision, I want you to be this hyped about whoever it is.
Yeah.
Junior. I want you to be certain about it and hyped about it, because that's
Yes.
it. Then you'll live and die by your decisions, right?
I mean,
That's
realistically, that was the only candidate we walked out there for, and both said, "Yeah, fuck it." Like, yeah. I think as well, we didn't have any idea we were going to feel about Frost how we did by the end of that interview. It was very
Frost and Bjorn would be good too. Yeah,
surprising in a good way.
The problem with Pred is I think he's not sure if he actually wants it.
He had a bench trial with me when he first got hired.
You can't use Moss as an example. Kate,
really good.
Kate, the player, has actual high command experience.
Tell you what impressed me the most is when he talked about how he did all the raid stuff for Princess's bullshit. And actively then I can tell he's someone
Ooh.
Yeah, that was another big thing for me, was him mentioning that.
Like, it's not someone, he actually makes things happen.
That was like a major tick on the box for me.
Imagine I get flipping. Imagine I get Wesley Crane as his undersheriff. Funny. But yeah, right. Let's get out of here because otherwise we'll stay super.
Thank you all for coming, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
all right.
If you guys are around tomorrow, we're gonna do the rest of them. But
so you're more than welcome to be if you want to. I mean,
yeah.
The candidates that are up tomorrow. A few more come through. But if not, thank you for today.
May I suggest for Peters, you should give him a should talk to him in the morning when he's not cooked. As a lethargic test.
The only thing I missed, the only thing that I was shocked at with Peters was his energy. Because I'm gonna be honest, that's not normally how I kind of experience him.
Every time around this time, this guy's literally like, I'm like, you know. He's drowsy as shit around this time.
No, Princess literally did 2 interviews with him the last time he did this. I just remembered.
Yeah, that happened.
Wait, really? Wait, with Peters?
Yeah.
He got a solo, like, one-on-one kind of interview, and then like the big group interview too, right?
Mm-hmm. Nice work setting this up too, Denzel.
Yeah. Oh man. Wait, did nobody else? Denzel, did nobody from Blaine County interview other than Cassidy?
What, from the BCSO? It was Cassidy and Jimbo, right?
Cassidy, Jimbo, Bjorn. That's all we've had so far.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say this out loud because I can't help myself. How the fuck are you going to bitch so much but not even try to interview for the position then?
You know why? It's because they know it's fucked and they're just waiting for the inevitable,
That is just sick to me.
No, it is. They know it's fucked. Like, the people that are complaining just know that their time is up.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
and the reason there's so much backlash and they've welcomed us how they've welcomed us is because they know the change is coming and we're going to enforce it. So.
Nino, are you surprised? You know how often they do them, right? They do them a lot.
I regardless of whatever, right? Like I just don't like to lean on ad hominems. It's kind of like, you know, you can bitch and cry about who ended up winning. Look at how much y'all won by. Right? You can bitch and cry about your situation, but what the fuck did you do? You had an opportunity not to make Blaine County in the fucking negative. You did that. You sat back with your fucking dick and pussy in your hand and didn't do fucking shit.